Hello everybody, it's the Paperman. I'm playing Octopath Traveler again. I'm gonna have a good old happy fun time. Let's get a move on. Do I want to do Prim or do I want to do Cyrus? Honestly, I'm in the mood for Cyrus. The story so far. In Quarry Crest, Cyrus used his powers of deduction to get to the bottom of a series of kidnappings perpetrated by the depraved scholar Gideon, who was harvesting the villagers' blood for his dark research. It was in Gideon's sickening laboratory that Cyrus discovered it. A translated copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell. Though the history of the dark and arts intrigued him, he could not sit idly by while his peers used knowledge for evil, and so Cyrus came to Stoneguard, where the tome was bound, literally bound. That's where it was created. Would he find answers here, or only more dreadful questions? Stoneguard at last. Stop panning so slowly! Gosh, I want the dialogue to go faster. A sprawling city if ever I saw one. Talk about searching for a needle in a haystack. First, I should review where we stand. Like as not, the translated copy of From the Far Reaches of Hell was produced by a bookmaker in this town. But where to begin my search? Logically speaking, it would make the most sense to begin at the source. Which means straight for the library, you dipwad! This isn't deduction, this is common sense! The bindery, of course, where else? There's even specifically a bindery, not just a library! You're gonna get to this point, it's like, where should I start my search? How about the place where they make books? I'm off to a great start with the stupidity of Cyrus. Or rather, not the stupidity, but the overly important disguised deduction skills. Very well, let the investigation begin. There's a guy like right there. Yep, look at the guy. Yep. You're being stalked, my mate. Frickin' my gosh, stalking mush guy. Frickin' these guys. He stalks. He knows me so. Where am I going? I sold my book off making a Dominic a trailer. His home lies on the east side of town. Naruhodo ne. Well now, it seems I owe this demonic fellow a visit. I should be able to find him in the workshop just east of here. I'm sure this is exactly what Therion did. Therion did this and he didn't even need the skill to do this. Gosh. Knock and knock. Beg pardon, is this the residency of... I don't know who you are, but I am not in the mood for company. No. If you could just spare a moment, kind sir. There's something I'd like to ask you. I said I wish to see no one. Leave me at once. He seems like a stubborn one. I'll have to find another way. Pray forgive the intrusion. A good day to you, sir. Might behoove me to find out a bit more about our friend Dominique.
Cyrus.
He refuses to talk to thee. Quite. I need a different approach. You look most solemn. Is anything troubling you? And I was thinking, wherefore would someone so mighty turneth his back against the others? The suffering of his voice was that of a man who hath been made and forsaken everything. You are suggesting that there is more reason for his behavior. Perhaps, I know not. But when I think about the life that he hath led, yes, quite. Something tragic may have befallen him. I need to find out more. Perhaps I can even find a way to help him. A good plan. Letting us act upon it. Talking strategery. That Dominic went and shut himself out from the world after only his daughter succumbed to the illness 15 years ago. Well, that's a good motive. He has closed himself off to the world since losing his dear daughter. Who's in here? Dominic had translation commissions. He thought he would earn him a fortune. Still rues the day he said yes to it. Poor lie. So he was betrayed as well. Deep regrets after taking his job for money. I sold some medicine to Dominic about 15 years ago. It was in a spot of a bother I recall, financially speaking, so I gave him a discount. And so that should do it. I dare say Dominic will be more talkative this time. You're just gonna like bring up all of this man's harsh memories, all of his life's mistakes, just to freaking talk to him. Oh my gosh. This man has no scruples! He is scrupulousness! He has less scruples than the scrupulousness! I beg pardon, Master Dominic. I'm Cyrus, the scholar who called upon you earlier. You again. I already told you. I do not want to see you. 15 years ago, who did Dominic lose in sickness? Daughter. I forgot. I'm being tested on this, by the way, as if I wasn't able to remember it. What task did Dominic take to pay his debts? Translating a book. Yes. If my reasoning is correct, this is undoubtedly why Dominic has cut off all contact with the outside world. It's not like I would just obtain this information from simply asking about and literally nothing else. No deduction. I was literally told this by hand. All I did was be like, hey, do you know about this? And everyone else was so eagerly willing to tell me everything they knew about this man. This city likes to gossip quite a lot, actually. It makes it very easy for smart men like myself to completely manipulate the information into my bidding and find out exactly what I need to find out about said man. And now that I know what I need to know about said man, I'm going to open old wounds, my friend! I do not mean to open old wounds, my friend, but I'm going to! But I have heard that you lost a dear daughter to illness some 15 years ago. You should be punched in the face for, mentioning this. Since then, you have secluded yourself and cut out all contact with the outside world. In order to procure the elixirs that might save your daughter, you needed coin quickly and in large quantities, and so you accepted an unusual task. To wit, producing a translation of From the Far Reaches of Hell. Ooh, okay, I'll give you that. You did deduce that it was the specific book that we are looking for 15 years ago, which is when all of this went down. Who told you this? The book that you translated is now in my possession. Clearly, you are a scholar of great knowledge and wisdom. You took care to omit the most horrific passages, doubtless because you recognized the danger they posed. As an academic, I will not stand idly by as knowledge is used for the purpose of evil. And so I ask you, who commissioned this translation from you? Come inside. Arigato. Arigato. Tomodachi desu. But where should I even begin? 15 years ago, a man came here to me with a request he said was of dire import. Strangely, I cannot recall his name. He was a scholar, and from his words one could tell his mind was as sharp as a blade. But what I remember more than anything were his eyes, which burned blood red with the zeal for knowledge that bordered an obsession. Red eyes. Could it be? Now, perish the thought. They say in recent years he accepted a prestigious position at the Royal Academy in Atlaston. Gods, it's Headmaster Yvonne. Yes, it's all coming back to me now. Yvonne was his name. He came to me, a mighty and venerable tome in hand. That tome was From the Far Reaches of Hell. I did not think twice. Knowing full well the danger posed by forbidden knowledge within. Yes, I was not blind to the risk. And yet what choice did I have? The medicines my daughter required cost a veritable fortune. I am but a humble scholar. So you followed Yvonne's instruction to the letter? Yes, I translated that dreadful tome. All the while fearing for my life what horrors might come to pass if the knowledge fell into the wrong hands. Sorry, I keep getting British on this guy. In the end, even the rarest of elixirs could not save my poor girl. Looking back, I believe this was divine punishment for my sins. Headmaster Yvonne, whatever was the man thinking? You say the book is in your possession. I beg of you, promise me. I will see that it is never again used to bring pain and suffering. You have my word. The pain and guilt you bear is surely beyond my understanding, but I hope this will bring you an even small measure of solace. Rest your heart easy, friend, as best you can. Cyrus, was it? You have my thanks. Well, are you going to keep hiding in all of the shadows, or shall we end this charade? I know it's pronounced charade, but let's get over that for a second.
なるほど。
Oh, so you were wise to my presence. I knew I was being followed, yes. It's the chick! It's the woman! Fancy meeting you outside the academy. You're the headmaster's assistant, Miss,
Lucia と申します。
Oh yeah, Russia. Put an F in there and it's very easy. Lucifer. A pleasure. And why have you followed me here, Miss Lucia?
申し訳ございません。
Forgive me. Forgive me, Professor Albright. I meant no offense. I overheard that you were investigating the whereabouts of a certain tome. A tome by the name of From Far Reaches of Hell. Is this correct?
確かに。
And what if it is?
Hmm.
What I am about to say, I ask that you keep in utmost confidence. I have reason to believe that Headmaster Yvonne is plotting something unsavory involving the self-same tome.
まさ
So
か。
the thief who stole the book from the archive was
はい。
Headmaster himself. Of this I'm all but certain. The headmaster's assistant I may be, but first and foremost I am a scholar in my own right. I will not stand to see my profession's good name sullied by one who would use knowledge in the name of evil. This is why
なるほど。
This is why you came here seeking my aid.
ええ。
You know, you think if you were going to cut someone's sentence off, that there would be like less time in between the dialogues. I will get past this. Yes, my intuition was, as an academic, tells me you are a man to be trusted. As you may be aware, Headmaster Yvonne hails from Stoneguard himself.
あ、
Yes, I was planning to investigate that very matter after I was done here.
実は
The house in which he was born still stands. Yet, there are ominous rumors about the place. I have ascertained its location, but I am hesitant to investigate them further on my own. And so I ask Professor Albright, pray lend me your aid. I see. Before I promise anything, I would see the house with my own eyes. Why did I say it like
Hi.
that? I understand completely. You will find it on the north side of town. Pan slowly to the staircase. So, and pan slowly back. Lovely. As if I couldn't decipher where north was! This is an isometric video game. North is just... It's just up. It's just up on the screen. It's just up. There's no... This game is getting on my nerves with how slow it's being sometimes. Alright, very well. Let us pay a visit straight away. As for whether or not I can cooperate, it will give you my answer there. Is this acceptable?
承知しました。
But of course. Thank you, Professor. I will go on ahead and meet you there. Travel banter, travel banter, travel banter. Yes.
先生
Can I ask you a question, Professor? By all means. What kind of things did you teach back at the palace? Interested in a spot of learning, are we? Then pull up on a log and I'll give you a lesson. History! Let's begin there, specifically with the founding of the mighty kingdom of Hornburg. Wait, I never said... And there followed, and also in short... He's been talking for an hour now, and I'm not sure whether to be annoyed or impressed. But the king, Edbart, if you recall, had his own worries. You see, Professor, can I say something? What is it, Tressa? We really need to get back on the road. Oh, Cyrus, a talkative one, are we not?
さあ
This is where the headmaster Yvonne was... Sorry, this is where the headmaster Yvonne was born and raised. According to the neighbors, it has lain abandoned for some 20 years now.
そうか。
Ominous indeed. Gosh, I keep changing the British accent on it. Ominous indeed. Ominous indeed. ominous indeed. Well, shall we let ourselves in? I got stabbed! What the? Oh my gosh, I got stabbed! Oh, gosh. Oh, well. Oh, Professor Albright, I apologize for this little bruise.
その声
I
は
recognize that.
イボン学長
Recognize? No. I recognize that voice anywhere. Recognize that voice anywhere. I can't get the accent right, frick. So we meet again, Headmaster Yvonne. When I heard you were looking from the far reaches of hell, I knew your search would lead you here. And sure enough, you didn't disappoint me. Your mind is very bit as sharp as I thought it was. You sent Lucia to keep an eye on me. What a shame, my dear boy. A thirst for knowledge like yours would be such a terrible thing to waste. And so, what do you say? Apprentice yourself to me and I will overlook your little trespasses. How kind of you. I refuse. I am, shall we say, philosophically opposed to your stance on knowledge. I believe that knowledge should be shared, not hoarded for one's personal gain. I thought you'd say as much. Most fortunate, Cyrus, most fortunate. As you know, this is my house, and I do not get many collars these days. Smart man like you knows what this means, yes? When you starve to death here... I'm gonna dehydrate before I start. When you starve to death here, no one will be the wiser. Lucia. If you think that I'll give up without a fight, you don't know me nearly well enough. Climbing my way out doesn't seem to be an option. Now, how to get myself out of this predicament? Bone. I found a bone. Sensei, Professor Albright. That voice, could it be? Hold on, Professor, I'll lower a rope. Wait, is this the princess? There you go, climb on up. What is this? It is the princess. It's Therese! Oh, Professor, I'm so glad you're safe. Therese, did you come all this way from Atlas then? But why? I knew you were in danger, and so I came to warn you. How did you know? It's quite enough, young lady. Oh, frick. I'm not going to voice act that scream. Tereska! Tereska! I knew Cyrus would come, but you have a pluck for your age, girl. Yvonne, let her go at once. It is a clear hostage negotiation, never factored into your scholarly pursuits. Mark my words, Cyrus, stop meddling in my research or this girl's life is forfeit. Oh, frick. Mate. I will find you, Therese. I will find you. I will find you, Therese! I may have to kill about 20 monsters before then, but I will find you! Just wait for me. Wait for me, darling. Therese. Don't lay a finger on her. Whatever you do, no matter what, she's still the princess of a kingdom. You kill her, you'll have much more than just the princess's blood on your hands. You'll have all of the political dispute back at your throat. You will not be able to come back from this, even with all the power in the world. Your research will be forfeit from all of Atlaston. You'll have to hide in the shadows from this death. And know that you will also spark revenge within me. That I will go and avenge her death if you so much as lay a finger on her. I am philosophically opposed to everything that you stand for, and if you do not release her, once I get to you, if you do not release her, I will make sure that you rue the day you laid a finger on her. Until then, let's actually play the game. Just voice acting all of the grunts. How many wizards are in your house, good sir? I thought you said that there wouldn't be a lot of people in here, like getting, like if I yelled, certainly one of these scholars is gonna have to have a conscience, no? I really think that's gonna be something that you probably would have wanted to, like, properly, like, get a hold of. Cyrus, my brother, Cyrus, mate. She's gonna get a little like. He's not that deep either. I'm trying to. I went all the way up the staircase to be able to find what the treasure chest was hidden up there, and the only thing that was up there was a single inscription pum. It just gives me more opportunities to be a goofy gumball. A goofy gumball. I like that. I'm a goofy gumball. Yay! Why are there so many people in your abandoned house? Gosh. Please let me progress. I'm fighting so many people. I've murdered like at least 20 people already. Alright, we're here at the boss fight, ready to take down the man. Oh my god! I just wanted to do a boss fight! Oh, there's 5 people here though, that's interesting. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, Brian. Got all the peoples that gave you all the things. All right, now I am ready for the boss fight to stop the man who's given... Holy crap! Tereska! Like, actually, Tereska. What are you doing to her? Why have you pinned this woman against a wooden backboard? You just couldn't leave us well enough alone, could you? You disappoint me, Cyrus. I took you for a more logical man. Headmaster Yvonne, what do you intend to do with her? This girl went poking around in my secrets. I fear she cannot be allowed to live. And so I'll finish off teacher and student in one fell swoop. You'll not lay a hand on my pupil. I'll see to that. You seem terribly agitated, Cyrus. It's not good for the humors. What are those blood crystals? Oh no, he's hot! You will taste the power I summon from the far reaches of hell. Oh my gosh, this man buff! He a buffy boy! I'm just kind of scared, but also, holy freaking crap. And the front too, that was good, that was good. I really needed that. Oh no, hot it! Frick! I didn't think that would be a thing. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Ah! Oh my gosh. Prim. Claire, heal more, please. Boom. And the minions are dead. Cool, now I just have him. Oh, I'm really sad. I didn't do the fizz buff on it, so this is going to be a lot weaker than it needed to be. This could almost be like double this. Drivenies! Yeah, just a 10k. Unfortunate. I could have gotten like close to 20. It's 40k. There's 10. There's almost 11 of it. Another 10k. So you got 20k left. This should end it, or be close to it. Okay, so now he's under 10k. We'll just finish him. Yes! I literally didn't even get to see what his mid and last phase were. I just bursted him down so effectively and stun locked him out. Well, that's a lot of money, though. Preposterous! I am all powerful. I am eternal. I am immortal. Lies. They're all lies. Lies? Who lied to you? It cannot end like this. It must not. Who lied to him? Gosh darn it. Professor. You have my gratitude, Therese. You saved my life. Oh, Professor. I'm so glad you're... What have I done? Teacher endangering the life of a pupil. But I can reflect on my failings another time. For now, I must get you to safety. Awake, are you? Hi. Therese. I must know what you saw and heard. You'll tell me, yes? Yes, Professor. One day, I heard the headmaster talking to someone in his office. I couldn't make out the other voice, but they were talking about you. They were saying they would see you dead. And so I came all the way here to warn me. Yes, Professor. I see. Well, Therese, as your teacher, I must scold you for your most reckless and careless actions. I understand, Professor. But one thing is also clear. Were it not for your actions, I would have died in that dark pit. And so, as a man, I owe you a debt of gratitude. Thank you, Therese, from the bottom of my heart. But you must promise me one thing. What is it? In the future, pray consult someone you can trust before embarking on such dangerous courses of action. I'm sorry, Professor, but I did learn from the best. I suppose you did, didn't you? I must continue my journey, but I will send letters. Yes, I'll include assignments to keep your mind sharp. I look forward to that, Professor. But I think we've talked enough for the day. You should rest. Wait, Professor, the headmaster, he said... What's this now? He said that once you were out of the way, there was a place he would go. Intriguing. Where might that be, pray tell? I appreciate your concern, but I will go there. I must. In a way, we are not so different, the headmaster and I. That unquenchable thirst for knowledge, bordering almost on obsession. And yet, our philosophies regarding the ultimate purpose of knowledge could not be more different. The headmaster used his position and prestige to hoard knowledge for his own foul ends. As an academic, I cannot forgive this. Knowledge is for one and all. We inherit the knowledge of our ancestors and pass it on to those who follow us. Only then is its true value realized. Headmaster Yvonne believed true knowledge should begin and end with him. He was wrong. Always remember this, Therese. Knowledge is a bounty to be shared by all. A bounty? The more of us that possess true knowledge, the richer we all become. Those who seek knowledge must never forget this. That is what I believe. And those who would use their knowledge for nefarious ends must be stopped. So it would be wrong of me to keep this to myself. The headmaster said he was headed to the town of Duskborough. I see. Thank you, Therese. Do not worry. Your teacher will not make the same mistake twice. When I act, I will exercise due caution. I can believe you this time. Please do, my dear girl. If you say so. And then I shall see you when you return. You have my word. I will arrange for someone to look after you until your strength returns.
サイラス
Therese seems like a good girl. She's got the spirit and pluck. I would follow you to the ends of the world and back, it seems. I remember times when I've been as filled with passion as she. But then I don't have to tell you but then I don't have to tell you what's what, right, Professor? I'm afraid I'm not sure what you're alluding. I'm just saying she's come all this way for your sake. Oh, indeed, she's the most dedicated and conscientious student. That she would make such a journey out of worry for her professor's health is credit to her. I think you're missing the point. Nothing thrills a scholar's heart quite like a student so utterly dedicated to his studies. Is something the matter, Primrose? No, I just think I had the wrong end of the stick. I'm gonna repeat a previous episode. Cyrus, you're a stupid man. You're a smart man. You're a smart, stupid man. Anyway, this has been Octopath Traveler. Me failing to keep consistent accents upon the characters. I did my best. Oh, no, not done. Not done. That's debated. Haha, gotcha.
Duskbarrow.
Duskbarrow. Whatever did the Handmaster seek there? Judging from his transformation to that dreadful beast, the power he obtained was an unholy one indeed. Berserker. Is it possible that the tomb holds not only the secrets of death, but new forms of life? Yet I find it hard to believe that transferring himself into a demon was the headmaster's ultimate goal. After all, did he not say that he was betrayed? In the original copy of the tome is still nowhere to be found. Something doesn't add up. So many questions remain, but now I know where I can find the answers. Onto Duskbarrow. Whatever dark secrets await me there. And so Cyrus left Stoneguard behind, having witnessed with his own eyes the nightmarish powers contained within the pages of that baleful tome. But what do Yvonne and his cohorts truly seek? Whether he was ready to face them or not, Cyrus would find his answers in Duskbarrow. And that has been the last episode of Octopath Traveler. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your existence between this video and the next one that you are definitely going to watch. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And if you want to keep track of that, subscribe to me, please. This has been Octopath Traveler. Thank you so much for watching. I've been the Paperman, signing off.